Patrick McNeil joined now at the intermission by Cape Breton Eagles rookie forward Lucas Canning. Lucas, what are your thoughts on the season thus far for yourself and for your team in your rookie campaign?
I feel like this season has gone as well as it could. The last couple of games, we've fallen behind a little bit, but the coaches have been here for us the whole way through. They're going to get us going, and we'll come back fired up for the next couple of games.
Your family, I don't know who it was, posted a video of them reacting, cheering when you were drafted by the Eagles. Just how much does that support mean to you, and were you surprised at all to be drafted by Cape Breton?
That video that was taken, that was my mom. She had no clue when I was going. After the first day, when I wasn't drafted, we just had a little get-together with just the family that was left, not from away, just from Churro. They didn't know when I was going, so she had a video of all the picks, and we ended up not looking at the screen when I was going because my buddy got drafted right before me. So I was on my phone congratulating them, and then everyone started cheering, so I looked up, and my name was on the screen. I was in pure shock. It was just such a great feeling. To know I got drafted by the Eagles was even better. I only talked to the Eagles once. To get drafted by them was just a big surprise.
One interesting thing that's come out of the pandemic, we talked about this with your billet mother, Ashley, is your relationship with Egor Sokolov, because you were never teammates, but because Egor was stranded, I guess we can say, in Canada, he ends up overlapping with the current Eagles team. Just tell us how much it meant to get to know him and what an influence he's been on you to start your junior career.
He was one of the first guys that texted me after I was drafted, and just to know that I have him on my side now and have him as one of my good buddies is just such a great feeling because he's such a big role model, and he's just a great guy all around. Just to have him in my life and just know that he's there for me, it's just unbelievable.
You'll be cheering him on along with the rest of Cape Breton now. Of course, being a 244, you've gotten the opportunity to be a bit of a TikTok star in the Life of 244 channel. Tell us about that.
One day, Nico was here, my little billet sister. She just asked us if we wanted to do one, and we ended up doing one, and we ended up going viral. We just kept doing them, and she loves doing them, so we're not going to let her down, and we're not going to make sure she knows that we want to do stuff with her. So we ended up just kept doing them, and we just kept getting more famous and famous and famous. It's just something that we like to do around here.
You look at yourself the last little while, you've kind of bounced between the second and fourth line on this team, depending on who's in and out of the lineup. Do you find your style of play varies depending on where you're playing, and how much does it mean to get that responsibility to play top 6 minutes?
Yeah, the last couple of weeks have been hard for the coaches to make decisions and stuff, but the first game that I seen my name up there on the list, I knew that it was time for me to step up and become one of them players that they can put trust on and be able to put in the lineup any night, any day, and just know they're going to get the same expectations from it. So going from the fourth to the second was a big jump, but after a few shifts, once you get used to playing with the two top forwards pretty much on our team, you start to learn how to play and what to do when you're playing with them. It's a big responsibility, but it's something I can handle, I think.
A lot of people may not know you're a star baseball player as well. Tell us about your baseball playing days and if you're still getting a chance to play at all.
In the summer, I try to get up with my buddies and hit a couple balls, but there was a time last year where it was a big decision for me to make between baseball and hockey because my baseball coach told me I could go somewhere in baseball and my hockey coach told me I could go somewhere in hockey. So I had to make that decision on what sport I liked better and what would be more successful in life. So I ended up choosing hockey, but my baseball coach he was very supportive of my decision, and he made sure that I would always get a chance to come back and play with him if he ever needed me.
Growing up in Pictou County, did you have much exposure to the Q? Did you have a preference between Eagles, Mooseheads, or perhaps the Islanders across the water?
Growing up, it was mostly all Mooseheads, and every time we'd play down in Halifax, if there was a game on, I remember going to the Metro Center, watching Nathan McKinnon, Jonathan Drouin, all them guys. It was never really a thought in my mind to be drafted in the Q. Playing hockey was just something that every kid did, and to get the opportunity to get drafted in the Q was just a big deal.
Talking about Egor Sokolov earlier, I know you did some training with him, Chris Culligan and Mitchell Balmas, who were all noted stars for the Eagles, and this was in between breaks in the QMJHL season. How much did those sessions help you as a player?
It wasn't even a thought in my mind that I would even get on the ice with Egor and Balmer, and even Derek Gentile was out with us too, so they were just such good helpers, and they made me a better player in the 3 weeks that I was out with them, which was a huge difference. Egor would help me, and both Mitchell and Derek would both just give me tips when we were on the ice and to make sure that I was doing the right stuff to succeed.
Now, I noticed when you got drafted into the Q, you got a nice shout-out from Ken Reid, who's a big fan of all things Pictou County. Fans know him from his Sportsnet contributions. Is he a friend of the family?
Funny story, actually. My dad knocked his teeth out in high school hockey.
He was forgiven, obviously.
Yeah. In Pee Wee, we were in Pee Wee Provincials, and he commented on our team and said good luck, and he just stuck with me from there, and he's just been talking to me ever since.
Lastly, if somebody hadn't seen you play before, how would you describe yourself as a player?
I'd say I'm a power forward with a lot of skill, and I can put the puck in the net if I get an opportunity.
Led the league in scoring in Bantam, and we look forward to seeing that continue on as you progress in Major Junior. Best of luck going forward. Lucas, thanks for this.
Thank you very much, Patty.
That's Eagles forward Lucas Canning joining us at the intermission. You're listening to McDonald Auto Hub, Cape Breton Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.